How do you make a video? I don't know. I get cut off at the beginning of the live, so before I get into the whole intro, I'm just gonna let this kind of wind up and make sure it's connected. So what do I typically say? It's I got time, I got Wi-Fi, let's shoot a live. It'll help me remember the topic too. This way I'll make a long format video in the same topic with a lot more time and put together a little different. Just real quick before I don't forget. Okay, I should be connected. How do you if you're in the process of starting your channel, if you're at that chapter, that stage in your life where you want to start making content, you want to start making videos about your personal development journey, and you see day to day how you learn something new about the way you live, things you want to correct about yourself, things you don't like about yourself. The topic you probably saw in the title, it says how to make videos about overcoming jealousy, how to be and replace it with gratitude without family or friends finding out that you're jealous. And you go about your day and you have these instances that happen and you get this type of feeling of like, oh man, why, why them and not me? Or you see someone, because it could even not be like family or friends that you saw. You see someone that has real clean shoes and you just haven't been able to wash your shoes or buy new shoes, and you're just, because of whatever, it doesn't even have to be for whatever reason, and you overcome it and you realize, no, wait a minute, I need to be grateful. I'm gonna be grateful that that person has gleaming white shoes, and they're real badass too. They're just clean Nikes, whatever brand, and they look good on them. The guy's buff. The guy has nice fashion sense. He has nice jeans. Has nice frame. Looks like a man. Look what a man's supposed to look like. But you look down at your shoes and they're all crummy and beat down, and that's all you. And you start feeling some type of way, but then you fix it, right? You fix it by saying, no, I gotta. That's a test. This is a test. I gotta pass it by not whining, not complaining, and realizing that you got to be grateful. So you're grateful. You shoot gratitude towards that person, like, hey, I'm so grateful that that person like knows what he's doing. He's disciplined. However way he did it, he has them. He has those shoes. But it doesn't matter how. It doesn't matter. We won't even go down that road. Whether he got them, his girl got them, his parents got them, and that doesn't matter. The fact that he has them and he's wearing them well and he looks good in them, he has good posture. Like I said, he's ripped, he's buff, has a nice car, the whole package, right? But what caught your attention was the shoes. Good for him. I'm grateful that he's enjoying them. And then you flip it and you start looking at gratitude for the things you do have. You may not have the shoes right now, but you're doing what it takes. Remember, you're working on yourself and you know you're going to have them. So you flip it and you start being grateful for the things you do have. You start with the most basic thing. I have life. I don't mean basic as it's basic. It doesn't have no value. Of course not. You know what I mean? It's just fundamental stuff. Maybe that's a better way to say it. There's breath in my lungs. I'm able to breathe. My heart's working. I really had nothing to do with any of that. I'm functioning. This whole miracle right here is above ground and functioning today. I woke up this morning. It's going on. So you got it. So you figured it out. So you win. You turn that test into a W. You passed the test. You went from jealousy to gratitude. So now you're like, beast. I wanna make a video of exactly just what happened, of how I was able to master flipping the script. Instead of feeling jealous, I flipped it into being grateful, and it was genuine, and it worked. And it's probably based on me having a good connection with my conscience, because I'm tired, I'm sleepy, and I'm hungry. I've exercised, I'm tracking my food, and I'm limiting my sleep. I'm waking up at an uncomfortable time. So that puts you in a powerful position to be able to handle these life challenges, these tests, and you're starting to use your discipline to overcome these negative mindsets, these low attitude mindsets, such as jealousy. And you flipped it. Okay, so now you're at the point where like, well, I want to be generous with this. And you've learned maybe through me or someone else that, hey, you know what? I gotta go share this. I gotta go make a video. We talked about this on the live yesterday. When's the best time to make a video? When the moment you learn something, the moment that you gain some wisdom, because it's fresh in your head. So you flip your phone out, you go on a live or you record a video, but then you think, dang, like what if like what am my friends see this, or my family see this, or even like my loved one who's next to me, the kids in the back, or if your spouse is next to you or whatever. I don't want them to think that I was jealous. You may be a little shy about about the way you feel, or if you share it, and let's say your way of sharing, you already have a bunch of let's say you're going to share it like on short form. Your thing is Instagram or TikTok or something like that, and you got a lot of friends and family following you there because that started before you starting your channel, or you starting your sharing journey, the part where you want to be generous. You don't want to come out there because you're like, you feel shy about, like, man, they're gonna think I'm talking about them. They just got got their landscaping done, or got a new car, or you know, were able to buy new things or get these things, and they think that I'm feeling kind of jealous, or they're gonna put two and two together and think it's me or it's them. A couple steps you need to take in order to do this. Hi. Oh, I don't even want to QV edits. Oh, there you go. QV edits. My bad. There you go. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Hey, we got 18 people in here. Smash that like button if you're in here. Help me out. Help the channel out. Help the video out. It just lets me know that these 11 people ain't bots and people really are in here. So if you're in here and you're one of the 11, hit that like button. Let's get that 1 and 2 11. Thank you to that first person who hit the like. So let's shoot out a thank you to the second person who hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. So here's a way to avoid that how do you make that feeling? How do you I be a bot sometimes, right? How to still share, because you know the importance of sharing that lesson you learned. First of all, look, if you feel that way, there's two things you're battling out. Your conscience is telling you make the video. Your ego, yourself, is telling you, yeah, but what if someone sees it and finds out? That's the biggest one. That's the second test. You got a test on test. What's easier? Don't share it. Don't suffer that possible cringe of your family or friends thinking like that. Be comfortable. That's one way to do it. But now you're living a life of leisure, a life of comfortableness, and growth only comes through uncomfortableness. What if the very people that you think are gonna watch your video and say, oh, he's talking about me, is the exact people who need to hear your words to make them level up, to make them level up their conscience, to level up their attitude, excuse me. You ever thought about that? Maybe they're the ones that need to hear it from a familiar voice, not a stranger, but someone like, hey, that's Albert on the screen. He's talking about being jealous. Man, I feel like that too. You know, and he's right. I shouldn't feel jealous. I should feel gratitude instead. You don't know that, but your ego's telling you, nah, don't do it. Kick it instead. Or here's another easy route. Start another channel. It's easy, but it'll also work if it wants to get your, you want to get your beak wet. You can start another channel and start sharing your wisdom there. You could do that too. But what if your family finds that channel? Yeah, but it's not instant. It's not there. Sometimes we give too much thought to the what ifs instead of just listening to our conscience that's saying, share the wisdom. Get on there. Be daring. Share that wisdom. You're not hurting anybody's feelings. You don't have to specifically say what the things are. You could make something up. Already put it in your head. What am I going to talk about? Okay, you saw somebody with the shoes. They were somebody posted their new kicks online, and you know that they follow you, and they showed their badass collection of like maybe 10 new Jordans that they bought, but you want to talk about what you mastered, what you got over. And you know very well that they're going to see it. And you don't want them to feel that weirdness towards you. Then talk about something else. Talk about something you didn't see. Talk about a car. Man, I saw someone, they got a new car today. It was fabricated, fabricated in your head. No, it wasn't a Lambo. You could say it was a brand new Prius, or a brand new Beamer, or a brand new Honda, or somewhat new Honda. It was new to them. There you go. You could change it up. And it made me feel some type of way. Like, as far as you know, because maybe your feed didn't show you your homie from high school that did buy a Honda over the weekend, And he might think it's you, oh my gosh, but you didn't see it. See, so even that. But in your head, at least you'll feel better. So you don't really have to use the exact example that happened. It would be better, but I get it. You could be in that position where you just like, Dad, he's like my homie from work. And he's gonna say, hey bro, you're jealous because of the shoes I got? I get it. So change it up. Same story, same scenario, different person. You didn't see it online. You saw it at the store, and it was like, oh man, I saw this guy. He was with his family. He had his brand new Honda. This new Honda had nice rims. It made me feel some type of way when it was really the shoes, remember? But I said, you know what? No, I sent them love. I switched it. I went from feeling that envious feeling, and it turned it into gratitude, and it felt great, and it was genuine. And this happened because I've been working on my discipline. It takes work to work on your discipline. It goes building discipline. It's an uphill battle where you're carrying heavy things as you're going uphill, and you fall, and this hurt, and this made me feel some type of weird way. But I flipped it. I flipped it into gratitude. I sent that person and his family gratitude in their new car. Remember, it was shoes, not the car. But that's the way you're able to flip it, to where you still share the wisdom that you learned, but you don't feel or make anyone feel awkward who could be following you. If that's the case, if it comes out like that, main thing you want to do is don't hesitate in sharing what you learned. Don't hesitate in sharing that wisdom that you picked up, especially if you could do it as soon as possible. Because if you wait, you lose that feeling, that still that tightness, that feeling that you feel, or that relief that you were able to feel once you won. Once you beat that negative attitude and you were able to elevate it and turn it into something good, turn it into appreciation, to turn it into what's that word I was looking for? I just said it. Gratitude. Turn it into gratitude. That's a good feeling. You're gonna feel this tingly feeling of like, yes, wow, I feel grateful. Like I didn't even realize that. I didn't feel grateful for today for opening my eyes, and my loved ones around me. We all got up. We didn't have any sad news today. Everything's going well. Lights are on. There's food on the table. There's something to go home to. Like, my goodness, yeah, I don't have the shoes, but he does have the shoes. Or in the story, remember, I don't have the new Honda, but he has the new Honda. I'm gonna send him love. That guy did whatever it took. It took him effort. Oh yeah, he probably, won the lottery or something. It doesn't matter. He did that. He had that coming to him, and he's enjoying his new car, and good for him. I hope he enjoys it. He has a lot of great memories, does whatever customizations he wants to do to him, if any. He keeps it clean. He makes a lot of great memories with him and his family in that car. And I'm glad for the stuff I have. That feeling, you got to deliver it right away, which is why it's important. And by delivering, you're being generous. And it's the whole law. We're talking about it earlier today. It's the whole law of compensation. You are paid for the value that you bring in your life. And not just at work. We're like, oh, I bring this value to my job and I get paid. That's also the law of compensation, but that's just such a sliver of your life. That's just work. That's what you do to get paid, to make your economy and your world go round. Pay your bills, buy food, keep the lights on, buy clothes, support your family, invest it. But what about the value that you bring to this earth, to this universe? Thank you, Char Char. Appreciate it. That's nice. Also, too, anybody else is in here, we got 3 people in here. If you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button, and also run over, hit the little heart button that's down here. I don't know what that does, but it feels good. Hit the little heart button, and then after that, too, make sure you go subscribe, and excuse me. That way you can get notifications every time I go live, and every time that I drop a new video. Just saw somebody buy an air conditioning. That probably would be nice to have on right now. It's hot in here. So there you go. Being the law of compensation, what you need to do is you need to bring value to your life, not just value to your work, not just value to your home. You got to bring value to the more value you bring, the more you're compensated by the universe. So if you bring value to the universe by sharing your wisdom, my goodness, how valuable is that? You were able to feel something low level. Your low habits were kicking in, and you put in the work, the hard work, and leveling up and becoming a better version of you. That takes work, and you were able to turn a negative feeling into a positive feeling. a low-level attitude into a high-level attitude in real life. You weren't hypothetically talking about it. Like if you were to talk about it as like, no, look at, if you ever have a low attitude, if you're ever jealous, you got to be like this. No, you're gonna tell a story about what just happened. You might change the story. Like I said, you're not gonna talk about the sneakers. You're gonna turn it into a car. But that, we already talked about that. But you just really went through that. You really just went through that envious feeling of someone who had some gleaming white beast Jordans that you don't have. Yours are all crummy. They look nasty, and you can't have those. You don't have them right now, and you know you're not going to be able to have them for a little bit. So you feel that envy, feel that jealousy, and you were able to flip it. Not only to just feel gratitude of what you have, but you sent that person gratitude. That's wild. That's crazy. That's beasted up. That's like level 10 shit right there. Not anybody could do that. The weak would talk smack. I don't even like the color. If you, who said it? I forget who said it. If you can't afford it, you have no say about it. When I heard that, I love that. You can't hate on someone's Bugatti if you can't have a Bugatti. See it, and if you don't like it, just shut your mouth. Don't say anything. But that's probably what we would do normally. Low attitude person. You'd hate. You hate on what you can't have, but you'd flipped it. Do you realize the energy? And when I mean energy, not like, ooh, I got a lot of energy, I want to go run. When I say energy, it's like the high frequency that you're rocking on, that high attitude, using more common language, that high attitude that you're running on by being able to change jealousy into gratitude, and not only gratitude for yourself, for that person. That's why you got to deliver the video right away. That's why you got to come on here and share it. And that's how you're going to get compensated, because the more value you bring, the more you'll get paid. The law of compensation, you get paid for the amount of value that you provide this universe. You provide your life. You're bringing to the table in your life, not just your work, not just your house, not just your wardrobe, but what value are you bringing this universe? What energy are you putting out there? Low-level energy, that's what you're bringing to the table. That's what you're going to get compensated with. The world around you, your world is going to match the level of value that you bring to it. Low-level habits, low-level value, that's what you're going to get. Low-level return on your investing. So what you do is you flip it, and you start providing this valuable information of the wisdom that you learn on your channel, on your YouTube channel, whether it's a live, whether it's a short, whether it's a long format. I just learned this, dude. Bro, this just happened. Felt jealous about this guy's shoes. I was able to flip it and say, nah, I got to make sure that I stay at high level. That positivity. This is what I did. Somebody who finds relatability in you is going to watch this and be like, dude did that. I am jealous all the time, and I don't know how to do it. He just shared it with me, how I could be grateful instead of jealous. And look how great he feels. I could see it in his eyes. I could read his energy. That you could be that person to somebody out there by sharing right away your experience. And like I said earlier in the video, you could switch the characters. It's the way you're telling the story. You could switch the props in your story. Instead of being shoes, it could be a car, it could be whatever, but still get that message out. Don't be stingy with it. Don't be a tightwad with it. Don't keep that energy and that wisdom bottled in. One, you're being selfish, you're being greedy. That's low attitude shit right there. That's low level stuff right there. Tight, greedy, not enough, scarcity. Share that wisdom. Be generous. Share your experience of what you just went through so you could help someone also level up, also raise their attitude. Maybe somebody out there is battling it out with feeling jealous, and you're teaching them how to turn that how you just minutes ago turned that jealousy into gratitude. That's valuable. And in closing, I'll just remind you, we get paid for the value that we bring to the table. It's the law of compensation. Make sure you make yourself valuable and share that value. Like, if I don't have no money, it ain't about the money. You're supposed to share that too. But what's more important is the wisdom that you're learning by living the difficult road, going up that difficult road of putting in the hard work and becoming the version of you that you respect and admire, working on self-development. That's difficult. That's hard. And you're doing that? Guess what? Right away, you're going to start learning stuff. You're going to start building this. You're going to start building this wisdom, getting this wisdom, building this discipline, gaining that confidence. You got to share that. Get on YouTube and start sharing it. It's part of it. It's part of that generosity pillar of life. Health, wealth, love, spirituality, generosity. Start giving that away. Start giving that away by sharing it. But I just wanted to come on here. How do you share about feeling jealous? I don't want people to know that I'm jealous. It's fine. But you could change up, like I said, you could change the characters in the story. You could change the items in the story. But what you don't want to do is not share it. That's it for today's live. It's hot. I'm gonna see if I go cool off some more. But there you go. If you have a moment where you feel jealous and you're able to surpass it, you're able to turn it into gratitude. Get on your YouTube channel and start sharing it. Don't be tightwad with it. Don't be stingy with it. Don't be scarcity with it. Be generous with it. Bring that value that you just learned to the table, that you just received. Give it away. Give it away. That person out there that really needs it is gonna hit their ears. I'm gone. Oh, hold on real quick before I go. Let's see who came in here. I don't got my glasses, so I may squint. I feel like a bot sometimes. What up? You strong? Thank you. Right back at you. You guys are strong too for being in here. Hey, if you're still here, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't, tap that heart on the bottom corner, and then make sure you subscribe. How have you been? Hey, Warzone. I'm alive, so I'm grateful. I've been real good. I woke up today. That's it. The rest is icing for the rest of the day. Whoa. Your YouTube's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. You need to start your channel too. If you already did, beast. Go make sure you're posting. Make sure you're sharing your wisdom on YouTube. And thank you if you liked mine. The GOAT that Seb said. That means you're amazing. The GOAT, yeah. Thank you. Seb called me the GOAT. I love it. Greatest of all time. Man, that brings chills. That literally gives me the chills. I mean, if you feel that way, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I'm just sharing what I'm living, which is what you should do too. You know, it's a great life. Why? Because it's a miracle that we're alive. The odds of being here, right now, with this technology, in the year 2025, that we've started tracking years, right? We're all amazing. We just need to live up to our potential and start building ourselves to be the version of us that we respect and admire, where you could truly look in the mirror and say, damn, you're a badass. That's awesome you've been doing that. And the moment you start working on yourself, you're already there. It's not about getting there. It's about starting. Once you start, you're already there. It's just a matter of not stopping. Go get it. Let's go. Make sure you subscribe. I go live a lot. We could talk about this kind of stuff all day. But rewatch this is gonna stay on here, and if you got any questions, you know what to do. Drop it in the comments. I'll get at you guys later. Maybe if I'm able to turn this off. All right, now I'm going.